This video will outline the process of attaching special access or restrictions to an existing quiz. So the assumption is you have already made the quiz and you're just looking to add these additions to it. So to start, go to the quizzes tool, which will basically list all of your quizzes. Find the one you're looking to add the special access or restriction to. Press the down arrow and go to edit. Next, go to the restrictions tab, click there. And this is where we're going to find both of these tools. So the first one is the release conditions. And it is hard to cover this fully in one video because there are so many different types of release conditions you can attach. So you could make it where a student is unable to do this quiz until they've completed the previous one. Or they can't do this quiz until they have done, looked at certain things within the content area of your shell. The two most popular ones, especially in a blended learning environment, would be one would be creating a copy of this quiz for students with IEPs in which you limit the number of questions. So you kind of take some of the questions out and reduce the number of them. And in that case, what you would do is first put that student or students into a group. And once they're in a group, you would then create and attach and make it so that they have to be part of that IEP group to be able to see this quiz. So once I have that restriction attached, only the students who have this IEP are able to see this particular quiz. Now they will be able to see the other quiz unless you also create a group with all the other students who do not have an IEP and attach them as a group. So just be aware of that. The other time that you would use a release condition is you can also attach one where you have different copies of the a quiz. So in order to prevent cheating and academic dishonesty, you could create 3 different versions of a quiz, put students into 3 different groups in the group tool, and then attach them to the 3 different copies. So that way students will get different quizzes based on what group they're in. So that's how to use and attach the release conditions. The only other one that's very specific to quizzes is this one right here, which is special access. Okay, so what you would first want to have clicked, and what special access is this is where, again, you're going to get into some of those other accommodation pieces for students with IEPs. So this particular quiz has an enforced time limit of 30 minutes, where students get an additional 10. So in total, they have 40 minutes to complete this quiz before it locks. Obviously, we do have students who would be allowed to have double or no time limit generally at all. So in that case, what we would do is allow selected users special access to this quiz. You're going to click on Add Users. And you can set different availability, so maybe they have more availability to the quiz. You can still set an enforced time limit, so if it's double, I would maybe put 80 minutes. They have double the amount of time. Okay, and you can also allow different attempts. So if right now this quiz only allows 1 attempt, I can override it and allow unlimited, 2, 3, whatever number of attempts. And finally, you select which students get this. So let's say Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent get this based on their IEPs. I add that special access, and they now have that additional special access attached to this specific quiz. And it doesn't display that to any other students. They just now have that available to them. And you would just need to let them know. But that's how to use special access and release conditions in conjunction with the quiz tool.